Hello everybody, I'm Evans, and there's no Bradley. That's because today we're going to be doing a little bit more of a story time type of deal. I'm going to tell you guys a story, and it doesn't really involve Bradley. Not a lot happens in my life without him or any other family members. This one's really mainly about me and my parents and stuff, so let's jump right in. So it's basically about the time I almost died. Yeah, it was a little scary. I personally don't remember a whole lot of it. My parents were with me throughout the whole experience, so they probably know more about it than I do. But it's also like 11 o'clock at night, so they're like heading to bed, so I'm not gonna mess with them right now. So let's jump right in. So it all started when I played football. I played football for about 5 years total, but I think this was like my third year that I played, and I was playing linebacker, and I was honestly a relatively small kid. Like, I was short and skinny. I've obviously grown since then. Thank goodness, it took me long enough, jeez. But I was playing linebacker, and I was playing against one of my old teammates. I think I played with him like my first year, and you'll play other players that you've played with on past teams just because that's how the league works or whatever. You get like drafted or whatever. And so this dude was, I mean, he was big, and I was playing running back, and so I was playing middle linebacker, and I think it was about a goal line situation, so they were probably about to score, and I was playing defense, so of course I'm trying to stop them. So downset hut, play goes, middle linebacker, so I plugged the gap right where he's coming, so I'm midfield, he's running up the hole, and we kind of meet in the middle, and so I wrapped him up, tackled him, and brought him down kind of on top of me. He didn't score, because I'm a beast, but when he fell, kind of everybody else fell on top, and being as small as I am, kind of freaked out when I was under there, and it was hard for me to breathe. You got pretty much offense and defensive line just collapsing all on top of you because it was right in the middle of the field where all the action was. So I was tiny, freaking out, and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe because I got all these heavy bodies on top of me. So by the time everybody clears out, which can take a while, I get up and immediately tap in my helmet saying to coach, hey, I need a sub because I do not feel well at all. I need to catch my breath. And so I remember walking to the sideline, and I just kind of go black. And then next thing I know, I'm on my back with my helmet off, and I got coaches and I think it was like my dad or something rushed on. I don't know what happened exactly. I think it was just coaches all around me, just huddled around me, asking me if I'm okay, I'm awake, did I pass out, whatever. According to my mom, I just like completely dropped, like went dead, like I essentially passed out because I couldn't catch my breath. So I was walking on the field, tapping my helmet, and just collapsed. And coaches immediately rushed onto the field to help me out and stuff. Eventually I got up, but something didn't feel right in my back, and so that was a little weird, and so I went off to the field and laid down on the bench. Didn't play the rest of that game, but I did stop the touchdown. Hey. But I didn't play the rest of that game. Coach was super cautious of me, made sure I was okay. But then after the game, my back was still kind of messed up, and you could ask my dad, and he jokes about it, says, I'm the drama queen or whatever. So I may or may not, honestly, I don't remember that much of it because that was just such a crazy day. I don't remember a lot of what exactly happened, but essentially I probably played it up enough to where it made it seem like a serious problem, even though it maybe necessarily wasn't as big of a problem as it actually was. All my parents were consulting, my grandparents were there just consulting about what exactly we should do about the situation because I was pretty messed up from what happened. And so we decided to take me to some doctor place, not a pediatric doctor, but like something to help with those kind of problems. And so the doctor there was like, just to be safe, because it's his back, and the thing with your back is if that gets messed up, because like your spinal cord, so that's like your nervous system sending everything everywhere. So if that gets messed up, that could seriously affect someone. And I know some people that have had back injuries that have led to them being paralyzed in some way, shape, or form, and so that's a serious issue. So just to take precautions, they decided to take me to Vanderbilt. We live in Tennessee, and so the Vanderbilt Children's Hospital is it's a pretty big hospital, and they're known for how good they do things. And so they put me on a stretcher, got an ambulance, my first ever ambulance ride, and they took me over to Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, where I then had an MRI. Now, this is where the scary stuff kicks in, because I never had an MRI, never really had any serious injuries to me ever, like nothing. And so They tell me I'm going to be taking it for an MRI. I don't know what that means. My parents do most of the talking anyway because I have no clue what's going on. I was in the 6th grade, I think. So like I'm in the 6th grade. I don't know any better. And so they take me back for the MRI. And for those of you who don't know, it's essentially like an X-ray thing that you get put in a tube, and the tube's like this close to your face. Like you are close, like no wiggle room, and you're not supposed to move. Like the more still you are, the easier it is for them to take pictures of you and like see what's all going on inside. And so the more you move, the harder it is for them to get those clear pictures, which means you gotta stay in the tube longer, and that sucks. And so for me, they try to, like, the easiest way for you to go to sleep, because then you're just kind of frozen, And so I think I maybe tried to do that, and then that didn't really work. And so then, like, it was really supposed to take an hour, and the process turned into like 3 hours. So I went into the tube, tried to fall asleep. That didn't happen. So they took me out. I was like, okay, we're gonna give you some medicine to make you fall asleep, and it'll make the process go a lot easier. So I was like, okay, whatever. And my dad was in the room with me. My mom couldn't go because she's diabetic and she has a pump, and the whole metal thing, whatever, that messes up with the system, with the machine. So my mom couldn't come in with me, and she was freaking out the whole time because it was supposed to take an hour. All of a sudden we're moving on to 3 hours. She's like, what the heck is going on? So my dad is able to go in there and at least like hold my hand. His hand is on my foot to make sure I'm good. Like, I know that he's there. It's gonna be okay. I shouldn't be freaked out or anything. So they give me medicine. I fall asleep. This is where it gets real scary. I didn't know because I was asleep or whatever. I don't remember any of this, but my dad has told me multiple times, told the story multiple times. I go to sleep, and then my dad has got his hand on my foot, looks in the tube, and says to the doctor, is his lips supposed to be blue? Are they supposed to be that color? And then all of a sudden, everybody's going everywhere, at all these different doctors, student doctors, actual doctors, moving everywhere, like, holy crap, that's not supposed to happen. So immediately they pull me back out, and like, I apparently start like freaking out inside the tube at one point. That may have been the third time I went back in with different medicine. Stuff happened. It was very messed up. I get the order wrong, and I know it's confusing, but I know, I went in there, tried to fall asleep, didn't happen. I think I woke up and started freaking out because I didn't know where I was. The second time, my lips turned blue and I almost died. That's the important part. I essentially was like losing oxygen. So then that's when they put the mask on me, and I think I fell asleep then and freaked out. A lot of stuff happened in the MRI. I do not remember. But it was, at the end of the day, it was so unnecessary for me to even be there. I mean, we were being safe and taking the right precautions so that way nothing really would be messed up. But it was so, like, looking back on it, essentially nothing was wrong with me. Like, I mean, yeah, my back was sore and stuff, but it wasn't, I honestly, looking back on it myself, I don't think I should have gone to the hospital and have to have that traumatic experience. But I remember nothing of that MRI. Me almost dying, me wigging out, me just, like, I remember none of it. But my dad was there, and it was scary for him because that's his son. He's like, holy crap, is he about to die? Now, luckily, I was fine. Doctors got me all good, and eventually, after 3 hours, we finally sort of got what we needed, but then ended up taking a CAT scan, which is 10 times easier. A CAT scan, you're just laying down on a little cot thingy, and then you have, like, it's just like a big circle, and that just, like, goes around you and over you, but, like, you have plenty of room. And, like, it's not nearly as scary as an MRI. It doesn't take nearly as long. So it was a whole thing was a mess. But then I ended up staying in the hospital like a day. Like, I spent the night, I think, at the hospital, and then I got to go home like the next day or two or whatever. I got to go home. But that was a very not fun experience. I'm not like afraid of the hospitals, but like if I don't have to go to the hospital, I'm not gonna go. That was just, it was wow. And I honestly, me personally, don't remember a lot of it and all of the details as much as my parents did. I was 6th grade and freaking out on medication. They gave me meds. I don't know what I was doing, but yeah. So I essentially almost died in an MRI at the hospital. Dope. So I know it kind of wasn't much, but I do hope you guys enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, put a comment down below if you want us to do, me and Bradley together, if you want to see us do anything special, cool, crazy, whatever, we're down. Be sure to subscribe if you are new. With that being said, I'm Evans. Bradley's not here, but you can go check out our other videos, and he most likely will be there. We're EB&Flow. We'll see you tomorrow because it's all summer long. AYT, we out. Yeah. Or I guess it's just me. I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah. Essentially nothing. Oh, excuse me. Like, look.